given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Para X, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
Supernatural. Magic. Ghosts. UFOs. Bigfoot. Extraterrestrial. Psychic energy.
The Calling.
And good evening, everyone. It's another beautiful Wednesday, and welcome to The Calling. This is Jerry Ayers of Supernatural Investigators with Minnesota, and we have no Kimberly tonight. Kimberly's got COVID, and she's got a horrible cough, and I told her I don't want her spitting germs all over the computer airwaves, so she's not going to be making it tonight, but everybody kind of hold her in your prayers so that she gets better and everything for next week, because next week it's Paranormal Babble. We got to have that.
Copying The Gathering.
Really? I'm sorry. Whose show was first, Steph? Yes, you guys. Steffi is stepping in. Mm-hmm. Stephanie from The Gathering, from SquatchHERs, from Sim, is stepping in to kind of...
shake things up.
No, take over my show.
Well,
as
maybe
you
that
all
too.
know, she does. Anyway, and then our guest tonight, which I am excited to have on, is Mariah Edwards. She's also
Mariah.
Part of Sim.
Mariah.
What did I say?
Maria.
Did I really? I am
Yeah.
so sorry, Mariah. Mariah Edwards, who's part of Sim, Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota. Just shut up, Steph. Look what you've done to me now. Anyway, welcome, Mariah.
Hello.
Hello. And Mariah also has her little pal with her. What's your pal's name?
Penny.
Penny?
Yes, Penny.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Penny is a what?
A Yorkie.
A Yorkie. Okay.
Yeah.
It's awful small to be a Yorkie, isn't it?
No, she's 6 pounds. That's how much they
About the same.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, here our dogs have always been huge.
Yeah.
Like Melly right now is what, 70 pounds?
I'm sure she's
Yeah.
about 10 pounds overweight, to be sure.
She's a load, but she's so
She's
cute.
a load. She's a big load.
And Zooey, the cat, used to be, how much did she used to weigh?
Oh my God, I think she weighed about 14 pounds at one time. Now she's down to 7. She
Gosh,
weighs about 8 now.
animals are obese.
That cat was so funny. When she would walk from the bedroom on the hardwood floor, it would creak under every step. But she was so cute. She was so roly-poly. She had this big moon pie face.
She did.
She was adorable. But then the reason for that is depression and being stuck in one room, because the other 2 cats didn't like her.
Aww.
So when they both passed away, all of a sudden she started coming out, and Melly didn't like her, but she doesn't care. She's
Really, Jerry, it was when Melly came to live with us because Melly didn't get along and she wanted to kill them all. Remember?
well, yeah, but still.
And she was best buds with Bobo and
Donkey Boy.
Lolita and Duncan too. But what happened was when we'd feed the other cats, if they didn't eat all their food right away, Zooey would sneak right in and eat it all up. And so she got quite chubby. But
She never snuck in. She actually shoved us out of the way, and was like, we were afraid of her. We were afraid one night we were going to wake up not being able to breathe because she was going to sit on our chest.
No. Well, and then she's lost a ton of weight, so now she weighs about 8 pounds, I think. So good for her.
Big time. But anyway, so now, Mariah, I want to talk a little bit about your being a medium, and then we want to talk a little bit about the investigation, the first time you went on an investigation with us. Now, are you known as a natural or a cradle? type
Gosh,
of.
these are things I don't even know.
I don't even know what
me.
those are either.
Well,
New
what
terms for me.
Talking. What, no, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding with you. So a natural or a cradle would be someone that just got their gifts from a relative.
Oh, I don't know, honestly. I'm not really close to my family like that. So, and I don't think they would even like be sober enough to realize they have gifts.
Face slap. Well, no, what I mean, was there anybody in the past? Like, what does your parents think about, ghosts and stuff like that? You're part of SIM. What do they think about that?
But I mean, I don't really, I talk to two of my aunts and that's it. I don't talk to any of my family members. So they're all about it. They're like super like all excited and like, woo! But like most of the time, I don't, and one of my aunts, she got adopted out of the family. So she's not really, I think I woke her up to this world. She's not like, she's more afraid of it than she is, open to it.
Okay. A lot of people are.
Mm-hmm.
In my family, there's a couple of them that are very much afraid of it. And my sister Joy just started talking about our mother and what Mom used to do. But Joy would always look the other way and not want to be around it. So she was never around Mom when she would do the weird readings in grocery stores and stuff, like grabbing onto somebody and telling them about, what's going on in their life. And, it's weird. And Dad, he's finally had his awakening, possibly, because on Christmas dinner, I went over there and I was there before everybody else. And when I went upstairs, he was awake. He wasn't sleeping or anything.
Did we lose Jerry?
I think we did. I thought it was me, but no, it's him.
Yeah, no, he's like frozen.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That was weird. But anyway, so Dad, kind of asked me, he said, told me there was a woman up here a moment ago. It says, I'm here waiting for you, Lowell. Dad's 94. And then later on, we both looked at this chair at the same time, and he goes, that's her. And I seen a fleeting something, but I didn't see her. So now he's really open to it and stuff, that there is something else out there. But he only talks about it with me. If it's with my brother Jeff or his wife Diane, he's like, he's nuts. He's lost it.
Sad.
But, so, okay. So what does your boyfriend think about this? Does it scare him?
No, he just tells me that I'll joke around or I'll be rubbing his feet or something. And then I'll be like, so who writes letters, or I'll say something, right? And he'll be like, stop reading me.
You better not ever shake my hand. Is that right? Do you have friends that come to you or anything that want to reading?
I've been doing friends. I used to think that because I feel like other mediums always say, "Oh, don't read people you know," but I actually find it's not hard. Because you don't know everything about everybody. There's there's not one person on earth that you know everything about. So I think it's easy to read people I know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it's true. It is really, it's too easy to do that. Not because you really see anything, because you see them all the time and you kind of know what they're about and stuff,
Well, I get, if you got stuff that you already knew, that'd be one thing, but I get stuff I had no idea about. So it's confirming what, is really happening.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there's nobody that it could have just came from to give it to you. How did you get into it?
Well, when I was little, I always seen things. I've seen but it was more negative stuff, but it was in my grandma's house and it was just a really negative environment. And then as I got older, I kind of pushed it away because I felt like people thought that stuff was weird and not normal. And then when it was probably maybe I guess, last year in February or January, that's when I got into it again. I kept going to getting like my tarot cards read and like a whole bunch of mediums, and they all kind of pushed me down this path. They were all kind of saying the same thing, and it wasn't, it was very interesting. So now I'm here.
Cool. I love it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Steph, you got any questions?
Well, I was just going to say, can you just look at somebody and read anything, Mariah, or no?
No. Okay. So most of the time, if I read somebody, I have to like make an appointment. You have at a certain to get in the zone, right?
Right.
But then there's times that I'll be out and about and I'll be with friends or something, and like I'll see their dad and like describe their dad. Never met their dad, never, don't know nothing about their father, but I see them. And I don't see them physically. I see them in my third eye, in my mind. I can describe them vividly. So, but I can't do it on command. So some people will be like, "Well, do it right now," and I'm like, "It doesn't work."
Well, you can't. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. We know
That's
that
hilarious.
for sure. Yeah.
When someone is, I don't know if you've gone through it yet, but where someone's kind of annoying you when you're trying to give them a reading and stuff like that, do you ever have stuff come into you that is not pleasant about them and you just want to shout all those out at that person?
No, honestly, all my readings have been very like uplifting and loving, and it's been very like pure. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like on the other side, like going to wherever I go when I do readings, it's so like the most pure feeling in the whole entire world. Like I've never felt that feeling on earth. So I never, negative things come up, like, your family's taking advantage of you, like that kind of stuff. But it's weirdly in the most positive, beautiful way to be said. Like it's never, I don't know. I believe that like other mediums deal with more negative stuff. I just don't. I deal with all. I think my goal in all this, like in this journey, is to just give people peace that this isn't the end. Like, don't be afraid of death. Like, it's sad that there's so many people on earth that are like so frightened of death, and we're all going to do it. Like, every one of us is not going to get out. Like, it is what it is. And it's that our culture is like so fearful of dying. I want to slowly put it into that. That makes me sad that people feel that way.
Right. I mean, not everybody is Betty White. It's going to come soon, to anybody, and it doesn't matter age, it does just come. No, when I were talking about, when I used to live at this hotel and stuff, we had people that I was doing readings for outside, and of course, I wasn't charging them or anything like that. And I had a person come on up that was being so negative and everything. And once I shook their hand, it all came out. And I blurted these embarrassing facts of them in front of everybody. And they were like, got rid of my hand real quick, and they stormed inside. And it was boyfriend or girlfriend or sister. I can't remember which one she was, but she was like, "Oh, that's not cool." I said, "What's not cool is to interrupt some people when they're having, she's having her reading done. I'm trying to help her, and you're going to come up and he's going to come up and be a crackhead, about everything and stuff. Let's give it to him." And so I gave him a huge awakening, and then later on, he brought his mom out to talk to me, which she was like almost 100% Lakota, and she was irate, not at me, but at him, and so we all did a smudging together and everything else, and everything was forgiven and stuff. I think I told you about that, Steph. That was quite a while ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It was quite a few years ago. Okay, so when it comes to, like, you seeked us out for a position with Sim. How did you find us, and did you already foresee that it was going to be a good fit?
So it was just, so I don't know why. I just was like, I want to join a paranormal group. That just sounds like something I would want to do and be a part of. And I'm such an introvert by nature, so I thought this would be a good thing to like get out and be social and like, get me out of my box. And then I contacted, I think I listened to this, I listened to this podcast and this guy was on it, and he does, I wish I remembered the name of what he does, but he does like the haunting, like the, dang it, what is it? The tours, like haunted tours of like 8 cities, but he's from Wisconsin, I believe he started, but he has
Chad Lewis?
No, Mike something.
Oh, okay.
And then I messaged him and I said, hey, do you know any paranormal groups that I can join? And he directed me to another paranormal group. And then they were like, oh, my friend, we don't have any openings, but my friend Jerry, he might, he might have openings. And so that's why I contacted him.
Which
names. I'm terrible.
What was the name of the team? Do you remember?
It started with an O, I believe.
Oh, Odyssey. Odyssey Paranormal?
Is that what it is? I can't. I would have to go back and look.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, no,
but we're happy to have you with them.
Oh, I'm happy. Yeah.
But I love it. I love it so far.
You've been a really good fit. You're a very positive person. And with me being negative, it kind of throws everything into balance. So now the first time that you did an investigation with us at Stashu's or Stanley's Bar in Northeast Minneapolis, what was your thoughts about being asked to come with us on that? I mean, were you kind of really nervous about it, or?
Yeah, I'm always nervous. So yeah, I was nervous. But I was excited. To be a part of it. I think it was funny that I think we met at like what time? Like,
oh my God, it was
1
like
in the morning or 2 in the morning.
Oh,
but my boyfriend was like, how do you never met these people and you're meeting them at 2 in the morning?
Yes.
You get kidnapped and like all that. It was just hilarious. And like me, I'm normally like afraid of like everything, but I'm like, it's fine. It's okay.
Well, I would have thought the same thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, took a lot of bravado for you to come and meet us. First of all, I mean, it's in the middle of the city, right? It's in lower Northeast, which isn't exactly known for its safety.
Well, the thing is, you were driving there yourself, so you could always drive away. Run over Stephanie on the way out.
But once you're like in, I mean, there's no going out. Like something could have happened. But I just believe that my spirit team, I'm like really into my spirit team. Super people around me. And I believe that they always have guided me to the right areas in life. Like always.
Right.
Well,
besides my younger years. Those were, I don't know where they were. I wasn't listening.
You weren't listening. I think that's the issue when we're young. Yeah, we don't listen to them very much. But yeah, I remember that night because it was so late. And, as paranormal investigators, oftentimes we're up all night, but we start at 10 or 11, and we don't have to try to stay awake until 2 in the morning. And I just remember saying, oh my God, I'm so tired. We got to hurry up and get this done. I got to go home and go to bed.
Well, see, there's a big thing about it right there is that everybody thinks you need to have, and I've heard this from many teams. Oh, no, you gotta be out there for at least 7, 8, 9 hours, Jerry.
No.
What are you, insane?
No.
You could catch, if you know the right questions and you know the right place, if you do your walkthrough, what you feel, what you know, and stuff like that, you could do an investigation in less than 3-4 hours, and have just as much stuff. I mean, Steph, we did an investigation of a place we did a walkthrough in. We were only there for 20 minutes. But
Where was that?
The place I told you not to go into, but you did it anyway. And I had to go in to watch her, and I'm like, Steph, this is trespassing. We don't have permission to be in here.
But it
And then
wasn't
she's
really
like-
an investigation. It was more like Steffi said, we're going in because I want to look at it.
But anyway, we caught just in that amount of time, we caught people or somebody after I say, Steph, we're trespassing. We shouldn't be in here. And all of a sudden this voice comes back and says, we can hear you. And this was on a video camcorder.
Yeah.
And I just remember driving away and Steph's looking at it. Oh, this is so cool. We'd really need to get this place. Then she hears that. And it's like, oh, my
now we
God.
really need to get this place.
Yeah. And kind of a cool thing, we're going back to that place.
Ooh.
Oh,
Legally?
crazy. It's an old
Legally, yes.
It's an old
Nope,
hospital.
it's going to be a pretty cool place to go.
Yep.
It's not nothing that we can tell people that we were there, but we can show evidence, audio.
But
only.
we got some pretty incredible stuff. There's a lot of spirits there. And without giving more away, I won't say any more. But I mean, the experiences we had there were incredible, including the bats flying at us from the belfry. There were like
Lordy.
1,000 bats coming down from there.
What? That's insane.
She means 1,000 bats. That's for real. They were thick with them.
And that was at night. I think we talked about doing the investigation this time
During the day, yeah.
didn't we? So we shouldn't have to worry about the bats. But they didn't bother us really, and you couldn't see them. It was dark, but they were there.
You could feel them. You could feel
That's
them. You
so
could hear
awesome.
them. It was just so nasty. I remember the owner's wife was like, "You were in there with all those bats." It's like, yeah.
Well, see, it's an abandoned hospital, so yeah, crazy stuff goes on, and hospitals always have the most spirits. Mariah, you know this.
Yeah.
So yeah, crazy. So I'm excited to do that one again. I've been trying to go there for a long time.
Alrighty, so let's see. Anybody got any questions in the chat room? I don't see any.
Chat room's pretty quiet tonight.
It's very quiet. Oh
I
my
will
God.
say this. I don't know if this so my boyfriend texted me and said he can't hear anything he tried to go on and refresh the page multiple times.
Oh, really? Can you guys hear us? Everybody in the chat room, can you hear us? Okay?
They would
say.
They would tell us. So what do you mean? What's he trying to listen on?
On the link that you sent me.
Para-X Radio Network?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be able to. Either that or if he was to go to Tune In Radio. It's an app. You can put it on his phone. Then he just looks for The Calling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he could do that too.
Yeah, you can do it that way, yeah.
Well, I hope he gets in because,
I know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. So people are saying in the chat room that we sound just fine.
Okay.
Sean is asking what browser is he on. Maybe that makes a difference.
Oh, that could be.
Oh, don't go on Chrome. Chrome you can't go on Chrome. I know that for sure. It either has to be Microsoft or Firefox. And then you
I
should
thought
be okay.
Firefox was the bad one.
I can't get it on Chrome.
Okay, so curiosity, Mariah, what's one thing that you're excited to finally have happen on investigations? What's the big thing that you can't wait to experience?
I want something to fly across the room.
Ooh.
My. Okay.
We've had that. We've had that happen.
We have. Scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
I want something extra dramatic like you see in the movies. I know. I'm lame. I know. But that's true. It is.
Yeah.
It is this.
And who's your favorite ghost show?
You're not going to like that.
Oh, God.
Are you sure you want it?
ZB, isn't it? ZB.
I do listen to I listen to more podcasts than I watch shows or Or I listen to way more podcasts than I watch TV shows. But I do love one of my favorite shows is The Osbournes Want to Believe.
Oh my God, isn't that great? I was
Best
watching that
show
last night.
Ever.
I know.
The whole world.
Oh my God, Ozzy is just a stitch.
They're all hilarious.
Oh my God. Jack gets so mad at him, right? Because I think he really truly believes in a lot of this that is real, and Ozzy and Sharon are always just sitting there like, oh well, blah blah blah.
And Ozzy always says the same thing on repeat.
Yes.
He's like, what does he say? It's double film or something.
Yeah.
He always says like
Double film? What does that mean?
Double exposure. That's what it is.
Yeah, double exposure kind of thing. Yeah, no, I love Ozzy. You know what? I love that show. And they did another investigation show. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's one where Jack and Kelly are the investigators. Yes. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
And then Sharon and Ozzy are in the control room or the the center. And Sharon will just say, well, I don't like that they're in there. This is not a good thing.
Yes, it's hilarious.
I know it. It's awesome.
Kelly brought her dog in there. Did you see her, like backpack or something like that?
Yeah. I like those shows a lot, actually. Yeah, they're very good.
I don't watch none of them. I think they cloud a person's head. I mean, if you're going to go out there, I mean, so many people want to try what Zach does or try what, what's his name? What Jason does or those guys. And it's like, don't you make yourself, do what you really feel is the thing to do. But by, copying someone, I mean, it kind of sucks.
I think with them, their shows are so unique, though. They're still them, and they're still super unique. They're not. I agree. It's not the normal TV show at all.
No. And Jack and Kelly are hysterical when they're in there. But Jack has done these shows for a while. I mean, he really did the serious stuff before he teamed up with Family Osborne. Mm-hmm. And so he knows the stuff, but Kelly is just I'm not going in there. She'll say, I'm not going in there, Jack. I'm not going to do it.
And their accents, and they're just, I love them.
I know, I do too. The other show that I like, though, if we're going to talk paranormal shows, I really do like Kindred Spirits. I think that's a really good one. That's a really good one. And I don't even necessarily like the two people that are on there that much. They were originally from Ghost Hunters, and, we've met them a million times at Paracons. But that show is really unique and good and different,
He was just on the main guy, because I don't watch it all the time, but I know it to be aware of it. The main guy was just on this other podcast, and he was talking about how he wanted a show that helps spirits and people instead of the typical ooh. And so that is
right. Yeah, I agree. And they do call in people on that one, Jerry. I don't know if you've seen it, but they do help the people. It's not like, Ghost Hunters. They just go and stir up a lot of activity and say,
leave. Yeah.
Okay, bye. Yeah, and leave them stuck with nothing.
Yeah, they're like, if you need us back, give us a call. It's like, okay, they're just going to go back and make more ratings, and that's it. They don't help anybody. And that was actually came from a person that was part of the Taps family that said that's the only thing they don't like about it is that they do not help the people.
They don't. And but these guys do, and I mean they call in mediums, and they have people on there like what's the name of that psychic, Jerry, that was next to us at Paracon, the one that wears all the scarves?
I love him.
Coffee.
Yeah. What's his first name? I'm really having a brain fart tonight.
No, I am too. I can smell it way over here.
Well, whatever.
Chip coffee.
Chip coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on there a lot, but they do they pull in like local mediums and stuff too to help the people that are there. And one of the ones I watched, it was actually the teenager that lived there was having issues, and so then they brought in this a much younger medium that was trying. They were going to have her coach her into her abilities. So yeah, they really do help people, which is good.
Yeah, that's true. One person I always wanted on the show, and now he's gone, Meatloaf.
Oh,
I've always wanted him on the show because he really gets into the paranormal, and he did quite a bit with, I think he did an episode or two, or was doing an episode or two with Jason Hawes and those guys. I think he did it, didn't he? Or is he just doing it? I don't know.
well, they're all really nice. We've had Steve Gonsalves on The Gathering. He's been on there. Tried to get Grant Wilson, but, his schedule is crazy, out of sight, nuts.
Yeah, just don't mention my name because I don't think he'll go on anything that has my name. He wasn't too friendly with me that day.
Well, you were kind of weird.
Yeah, I know.
But I love Grant. I really miss Grant because we used to, he used to say, "You're my paranormal family," and every fall it's like, coming home or something. Remember, he was really a cool guy.
Yep. Well, listen, guys, we're going to go on a break, so we'll be right back in about 2 minutes.
Hey, Steph.
Hey, it's a Taffy Tuesday today, Heidi.
Taffy Tuesday. I don't know, Steph. That's kind of a stretch.
Well, we want to give everyone something to chew on.
Tune in to The Gathering radio show Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Para X Radio.
Are you haunted by shadow people in the middle of the night?
Do you secretly love all things creepy and spooky, enjoying ghost stories and horror fiction from the best storytellers?
Do you have a true ghost experience you want to share, but no one will believe you?
If yes, listen to the professionals on What Are You Afraid Of? Horror Paranormal Show Friday nights at 9 p.m. on Para X Radio and at www.whatareyouafraidofpodcast.com.
What are you afraid of on Para X?
Our creepy and demented hosts are on call to provide you with all your spooky needs with true ghost stories, interviews, indie music, and new horror fiction. We are ready to scare you.
Para X.
Hey, this is Lee from the Dead Zone. I want to give a huge shout out to Shauna and congratulations on her new podcast, Exploring the Paranormal Perspective. You'll hear some amazing guests like me,
Whatever.
paranormal and true crime stories, and more. Catch her Wednesdays at 8 Central on the Para X Radio Network.
Whether you're listening at home, at work, or anywhere, thanks for making Para X part of your day. Your source for everything paranormal. Para X.
And we're back. This is Jerry with The Calling, along with Stephanie of SquatchHERs, The Gathering, and Sim. And we're interviewing Mariah Edwards of Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota. And so now, if you're looking for the show, you didn't get to listen to the first half of it, hey, don't sweat it. Tomorrow sometime, I'll have it put on our website, www.thecallingradioshow.com, and also on our YouTube channel, The Calling Radio Show. And hey, Para X is the place to be. I mean, there is so much entertainment, you can't shake a stick at it. Well, I'm shaking a stick, so I guess you can, so that would be lying. But there's so much out there. I mean, there's different, got Steffi's show, The Gathering, which is on Tuesday nights from 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Her and Heidi do a great job sitting around that metaphysical table. They're actually playing poker for real money. They do all sorts of things. And then right after us, you have Geeks Paranormal with good old Shawnakins, and she has a great time. And there's more. I mean, every day there's always something good. Now, it started out being 1 month of the missing and murdered Indigenous women, but with The Calling, we decided to make it a weekly thing. So here is another, kind of a poster out, which is put in our chat room. And it's also on the Calling Radio Show Facebook. Missing Darcy Weed. She's Native American 5'3". Any anonymous tips to Crime Stoppers? She's in the She's in San Jose,
Diego.
California.
San Jose.
They're hoping, but she's been missing since May 2020. But let's bring them home, I mean, already there's one that found her way home, and I know we could do it, you guys. So let's, keep looking around and keep it going. Please share this on your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever, and let's bring these 4 kids home. All righty. So let's see now. So we have that going on. Now, who is sick of COVID? Pretty much everywhere. They're dumb move.
Everybody's got COVID right now, right? It's just part of the fabric.
It is, and it's a terrible thing. I've lost so many friends and a few family members, and it's sickening, Mm-hmm. So anyway, let's get back to our show. Steph, do you want to start out?
Well, so we have Mariah Edwards on the show tonight, and she's from our sim crew, and she is a medium and a little bit psychic, I think. Mariah, wouldn't you consider yourself?
I don't know. I always battle that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you work with, but you work with the spirits and people's spirit guides, I'm guessing. And you do tarot readings too, correct? Do you?
I've tried a little bit, but I'm not really good at it.
Yeah.
It's not my niche.
Right.
Not.
Right. I get it. Well, there's so many of them, first of all. It's hard to know which ones. But I think you'd be good at it. I mean, if you got into it, you know what I'm saying?
There's 70
there's a lot of cards. Yeah.
75 cards. And I'm like, that's a lot to remember.
Oh my gosh. And there's such weird ones, like there's the cups. What is all this cups being? And they're and one of our teammates in SquatchHERs, Josie, reads tarot. She's just started reading them a couple of years ago. So whenever SquatchHERs are all together, she's got 80 decks. No, I'm kidding. She doesn't have that many, but she has many decks, and she has oracle cards too. Personally, I think the oracle cards are the cooler ones.
I love those.
I do too, because you only pull one card. Like if you're doing it for yourself, you just pull one card a day and kind of, look at it and figure out maybe what's going to happen on the day. But yeah, the other ones, holy mama, and these cups and the whatever. I mean, it's just kind of craziness, Yeah, but I do like the oracle cards for sure. Yeah. It's Mercury's in retrograde still. Hey, I'm just saying.
Oh my God, stop!
Still got another week to go. And that's what happens with Mercury retrograde. So
now you guys can hear my lovely voice.
So were we gonna talk about Stanley's tonight, Jerry? I don't remember really what we were supposed to talk about.
Oh, wait a minute, now we're gone again.
Oh, and now it's gone again. Beats Chrome with a stick. Well, I don't know what to say. It says, worked.
I wonder if there's a storm out there. It's back again. Okay, there's Sarge. Okay. Let's see.
That darn Mercury, I'm telling you.
Oh, stop with the Mercury stuff. God, I'm so sick of listening to
it. It is true.
Well, I know
Absolutely.
it is. It's just, but sometimes it can be just the way it is.
A paranormal investigator saying that?
Right.
Yeah.
Really, Jerry?
Yeah. Did you just eye roll me, Miss Mariah? She gave me a big eye roll.
Mariah's feisty. We love that about Mariah. Jerry has a hard time with both of us together, so I'm surprised we're both on with him tonight. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Love you.
So there's two new openings in Sim.
Yeah.
If anybody is interested.
Yeah, there you go.
Must abide by the jury rules.
Mariah and I will start our own group called Girls That Rock or something.
Ooh, I like that.
No, but we were going to talk about the Stanleys, weren't we, tonight?
Yeah. Okay. So Stanley. So when you got there to Stanley's, I mean, did you feel anything like right off the bat, like slammed right into you, or something come up to you, run away, or anything like that?
I'm super bad at timing, but I remember going in and I didn't feel anything. I was just kind of nervous about, being I don't know you guys, like,
right.
And I'm really shy, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then, I think we started, I don't remember. I know we were downstairs and it just hit me that I felt so like hung over. I was so sick. My stomach hurts. By the way, I don't drink alcohol, so I really wasn't hungover. And I could taste like Jameson in my mouth, and it was a terrible feeling. And I kept it to myself because I was like, people are going to think I'm crazy. And then it lasted like, I want to say 30, 40 minutes, and then it went away completely. It came as fast as it went.
Isn't that interesting?
So weird. Yep.
Well, there's a lot of spirits there, so maybe they were sliming you, I don't know. Sometimes that happens. That's what we call it, sliming. But so you should tell about the experience that you had, and it had nothing to do with Stanley's, but you had someone come to you there related to the manager that was with us from Stanley's, which I thought that was cool as heck.
That was so funny. She was telling a story, right, in the office, and I like looked at you and I was like, do you feel like an old man is here? And you're like, no, and you kept listening. You're like,
yeah. I know, because I'm like, I don't feel any old man in here. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. So I ignore it, right? And I'm learning my abilities. I'm still like trying to like believe in myself, right? And then it just kept being with me. It was like it would not go away. And so I finally said it after leaving. I asked her, I said, what did I say to her? I'm like, do you have
is someone like I think an older somebody in your family sick or in the hospital or something, right?
I said an uncle or a grandfather. Do you have an uncle or grandfather that has passed away? And she's like, she gave me a weird look, and I was like, he could be like, in a coma or, in the hospital or something. And she's still staring at me weird. So I'm like getting uncomfortable, like, oh my goodness. And like, yes, actually I do. He's been in the hospital for, I think she said 3 weeks or something like that.
I think it had been like 3 months, right? It had been since like last summer. Yeah.
Yeah, it was for a while. And then I was like, okay, well maybe he could be still alive, because then I felt uncomfortable, like, oh my gosh, I'm telling this lady that her, uncle just passed away. But then she's like, I don't know, I don't know anything because our phones are off, because we turn our phones off and they're investigating. And she's like, I'm not too sure, but I'll definitely let the family know. And then she got back to Jerry, and then
but he had a message for you, right, saying something about he was okay or something.
Yes, he was okay. He said he was okay. Yeah, he did. Sorry, when I do readings, it kind of, because
it comes and it goes.
Yeah. It's so hard to remember. I'm like, I don't know what I just said.
But I remember you said that, and then he passed away. Didn't he pass away that same night or the day after or something like that, right, Jerry?
I think only 13 hours. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Something crazy. Crazy where I was like, oh, wow, that's insane.
Yeah. And so I think, and I believe she told her family about it, because it brought her great comfort to know that he was okay.
Yep.
That he was, he could come through you and tell her that, not to worry, that he was okay. So, that was awesome. That was really cool. That was one of the cool side things that happened there. But there were some things that happened there. We had some really weird stuff happen upstairs, which is where we've had a lot of activity before.
The tennis shoes.
Yeah.
You could hear squeaky shoes. Sounds just like tennis shoes.
Yeah.
And that was pretty close to you, wasn't it, Mariah?
It was on the other side of the room. We were all together, remember?
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
We were all together, and then we looked, and we were like all said it at the same time. It was so real. It was insane.
Yep, and that was even downstairs. We left voice recorder downstairs. We all went up, and you could hear like someone was standing there in a jacket, and you could hear the zipper being taken off. You can hear somebody like they had their hands on top of the table, kind of bouncing it a little bit. Like somebody took their hand across the table and was like rubbing the table. You could hear that sound. There was all sorts of weird stuff that was happening. I mean, Stanley's, the old Stashu's, it was an incredibly haunted place back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we've seen many spirits there, and especially, I was surprised we didn't see the gal up on the second floor, you know, because she used to be so right there in your face, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that lady, as a matter of fact, was someone that even the boss claimed that people would feel her and pretty much see her since 19, gosh.
A long time ago. And when I saw her, she was dressed in like clothes from like the early 1900s. And didn't they say that used to be like an apartment up there?
Yep, it was an apartment up there with the original owners of it when it was Al's Bar. It had they had illegal. It was a speakeasy.
Yeah,
and it had illegal stuff going on all the time and stuff like that. So yeah, there was always a lot of stuff happening.
Yep. So
and then the water thing. Remember that? That was
Oh yeah, that was weird too. I never heard a noise like that up there before.
Mm-mm.
You know, I know downstairs when the ice machine went off, and I thought Kelly was going to jump out of her clothes because she was like, "Whoa!" You know, but that was always a very noisy ice machine.
It would be fun to go back and do that again. I know that Kelly said you guys should come back again at some point and do it, because she had experiences there herself. So it was really fun for her to be with us and have some of these things substantiated that she has seen and that she, you know, had happened. I mean, we got some of the stuff on evidence, you know, so EVPs and whatever, and it was good. It was a good investigation.
And we seen a shadow figure.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you might just have to totally redo the show. I'm just saying. It's snowing here. Wonder if there's a storm. Oh, really? Where's Shauna?
Shauna's down in Oklahoma.
And Sarge is up in Ohio. So.
Yep. Well, nope. Sarge is back, so they can hear us now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good. Well, we're back, sort of. Snowing in Texas too. Holy crap! What is going on?
It's crazy. We're missing that.
I know.
Thank God.
Ghost, yeah.
Yeah, that is true. When every time we would mention Humbird, it things would happen. Oh my God, Mariah, if you were on the show when we were talking with Chris, the manager of the place, or acting manager, and when that spirit manifested next to her, the look on her face was
she
total
was scared.
fear.
She was so scared.
Yep. And then later on, a little girl manifested, and that was crazy.
So cool.
We could all see her via Skype, you know, and we're like, oh, and then she could feel her. I don't think she saw, but she knew there was someone there because she's very intuitive.
And then she's like, I can't wait till the show's over with. I want to get out of here.
I am never coming up here again, she said. Yeah. Never coming up here again. Yeah. Yeah, that was wild.
Look at CC said exactly what that ghost said to you, Steph, at that one place we weren't supposed to be.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Actually, that place where we said that is actually the place that we're going to go back to, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Yep.
I'm so excited.
Oh, it's going to be, you're going to be, gosh, we're going to have to probably chain you up so you don't run away. Because you'll have things come flying to you. Like 11,000 people died there.
See, it's so funny because I don't get a lot, because I think when I was younger, I'd get a lot of spirits that had nothing to do with anybody or anything. But then as I got older, and then now that I'm like, you know, practicing, I don't get really random. It's always connected to something. It's always somebody. Like, it's always, that's why I'm probably not the best to go on. I'll be like, giving readings to everybody around.
Well, no, that's why it's best to have you come with, because you can write down everything that's going on so that you can help us later on say, you know what, when you heard that, Jerry, this is what happened here. So I know it sucks, kind of just taking notes and everything, but you could bring a voice recorder too, and you could whisper in. Well, no, because then if we pick it up on ours,
Yeah.
I can't tell you where the people died at.
We can't.
I'm sorry. It's a confidential place, but they're allowing us to go back, and that we will we'll let everybody know. You'll be able to hear the evidence and everything, but we can't say where it's at whatsoever. Yeah. So
it's private.
Sorry, move.
But another place I would like to go back to, I know Jerry doesn't want to go back there, but there's an old tuberculosis hospital in Duluth called Nopeming that is, my God. We were there. We were like one of the first teams that were there. And we happened to go in January because I said, we got to go. We're going to go right now because we want to get in there. And it was like freezing. And there were
14 above.
So it was like a giant ice skating rink in there, but lots of spirits in there. I so want to go back.
It was so moldy.
The fire department shut them down. And I know when Heidi and her team went there, they went in June, and they said it was so full of asbestos that it was just floating around and there was mold. But see, we were there in the winter, so it was okay. If you could handle the ice, you were okay.
Plus, too, I got to say, those airsoft pistols that you shoot those little like plastic BBs at each other. There was marks in the walls from that. It's like they must have either, if they were up there when it was that cold and shooting each other with that, if they got hurt, well, I hope they did, because I mean they're trespassing in a place and they're ruining it at the same time.
Right.
That one spot must have had thousands of holes.
Are you talking Nopeming?
Yeah,
I didn't see that. Oh,
in the what was that place called? It was the meeting rooms.
Oh,
stuff like that. The atrium.
Oh, like the theater or whatever? Because they had a theater too.
No, not the theater room. No, the big wide open spot where I think it was Amy sat down and almost fell asleep.
Oh, well. It's a crazy place, and I would love to get back in there. The fire department shut them down from anybody going in there because it's too dangerous.
They're open. They're open now, but they do $25. I think it's only for an hour, and you get to walk around it. I mean, that's no fun.
No, but I bet they would let a paranormal team in there. We'd have to pay them probably something.
Talk to them.
I will. Because I think it would be a great one for our new little coalition to go on, because there'd be a lot of us.
Here's what I say about that, about going to a place like that. Those are paranormal vacations.
Okay. Well, not
real
really.
Investigations. Oh, yes, it is.
No,
it's a vacation.
Not really.
You're having to pay for it, stuff. I hate having to go pay for them. I mean, if people want it done right.
We know a lot of places to go that we go because we've researched them before and we've been there before. But some of them you just like. Nopeming is one. The place at Waverly Hills is quite another. Boy, I'd go back there in a heartbeat. Crazy,
I want to go back to.
But Waverly Hills, it's like they're hunting you, and that is a true thing. It's
that is true. That'll drive you nuts.
Oh. Remember, I cried all the way through the 5th floor or whatever that surgical floor was.
You did?
You know what? Because I'm such an empath, Mariah. And it was like, it turned out that was the surgical floor. So all these spirits were in such pain still. And I could feel that, right? And they were imparting this on me. And I'm like, I'm usually the first one in. And I'm like, I don't want to go down this hallway. And I did anyway. And it was like, oh my God, I cried all the way through it.
What they would do to people is rip open their chests and lay it open while they were alive so that the air would go in and they would think that would take care of the tuberculosis. And it's
almost always died.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Painful. You know what? The music's on. I think it's time to go.
Well, it's almost time to go. This is the calling Steffi Jean. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's time to go. Thank you so much, Mariah, for coming on. I really appreciate it. Steph, thank you for coming on. Let's hope that Kimberly gets better. Thank you, Para X. Sarge, you are the greatest of all people in the world. Thank you for keeping us together. And thanks to the troops. Keep your heads down and get ready. So everybody have a great night. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.
Night, everyone.